Hello and welcome to Game 5. We have Governor in the Kingdom, and we have other cards too. You'll see me, I'll scroll down a bit. But Governor seems to be the key card here. Well, there's also that key card there. The more island folk from allies. Gives you an extra turn if you have 5 favors. You get favors from the underling. Not a bad card to gain favors with. We have some trashing in the goat raise. Cultist, I don't think is relevant. I think we're faster than Cultist. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think we're faster than Cultist, especially because we can get an extra turn off the island folk. Okay, so my opponent opens with our smugglers, which is good gain on this board. Governor is there, so you could gain governors, gain gold. I'll have it too. Another option is this underling, but you do need to balance out how good your second turn is. Outpost is only very good when you could, capitalize on it. So smugglers first. We'll get the underlings to get um the thing. What the things? The things. What are the things called? Favors. We'll get the underlings to get the favors soon. I get our raise and smugglers. My opponent smuggles my raise and buys. And they don't buy anything. I smuggle back our raise and buy a pixie. So in that position, I could have bought an underling. Maybe I should have bought an underling there. But I decided to gamble with pixie instead. Later, I changed my mind. I smuggle an underling and purchase another underling here. I think about the pixie, and here's where I realize: don't gamble, kids. Go for the sure thing. Underlings, your 5 favors, you are definitely getting an extra turn. Pixie is sometime-ish. Who knows what you get with this pixie? Okay, so underling gets smuggled back to my opponent. We have 2 each. They get a pixie now, and all right. So here I make a play, right? I see a good boon of the pixie. I take it, so I get 2 extra coin, and I get rid of the raises from my deck in an attempt to find my smugglers, and also to avoid trashing copper because I want to buy a governor early. I could have kept the raises around to trash the copper. I didn't. I thought the governor was more important, and I thought the goat could chew up those extra cards, especially with the extra turn coming in from Island Folk. So I have 3 underlings now, and honestly, I thought you only needed 3 favors, which is why I stopped. Otherwise, I would have picked up underling 4 and 5. You need 5 favors to trigger the underling um, condition, the Island Folk condition, sorry. Okay, so pixie for my opponent. I go ahead and I gain a gold here, and I smuggle a governor. They smuggled a governor off of me, so I smuggle it back off of them. Pick up a pixie on 2. I think they find their smugglers again here. They go ahead and they draw, trigger a good shuffle for me there. I'm happy about it. This is a brilliant boon for the pixie. Oof. Brilliant boon for the pixie. So they will get 2 more underlings there. So yeah, that's not the greatest for me. They have 4 underlings. I have 3 of them. So you don't actually need 5 underlings to keep, populating the island folk. I thought you did, but you don't, because you need 3, which is what I had. But I didn't calculate this until just now. You play 3 now, and you cross 5, say, and then on your island folk turn, if it's good, you play back those 3 underlings and collect the 3 favors back. So then on the next turn, you play 3 more underlings, and you get to trigger your island folk again. So you're fine with just 3 of them. Arguably even 2 of them. Okay, so my opponent takes an island folk turn first. Okay, they smuggle a governor off of me. We have to pay attention here now because, okay, governor is a card that can allow you to gain many provinces in a turn. 3, 4, 5 provinces. Governor decks are more than capable of doing that. You've seen that many, many times before, I'm sure. Now we have a card, Island Folk, which says take 2 turns in a row. Some governor decks could empty the provinces in 2 turns. So we have to be very, very careful and think, okay, not just 1 turn ahead, or, and maybe another way to phrase this is to think of your opponent as having 2 turns in a row. So they get 2 turns, you get 2 turns. And then you have to plan with that mindset, which is difficult with governors because they can do so much damage over 2 turns in terms of getting provinces. It doesn't even matter if they get all 8. If they get 6 and they leave 2 for you, what do you get in this? Vineyards? There's no plus buy in the kingdom. So it's almost like Horn of Plenty mega turn style with this island folk business here. Okay, so what happens on their first island folk turn? They trash some more cards. They smuggle another governor off of me. So this is how smugglers works with governor. Smuggler says whatever card the player to your right gained on their last turn. So on my last turn, I gained a governor, which means they can smuggle it on their regular turn and on their island folk turn. Whatever I gained, they could do it on both of those turns, which was governor. So they take a third governor and they buy a crown here. So that's interesting. That is interesting. That, I think, opens up some lines of play to me. Had they gone for governor, I don't think I could have done as much as I did here. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so underling, pixie. Governor to draw because I wasn't happy with that hand. I wanted to see the smugglers in particular because I want that crown. I trashed that copper into a pixie. I don't really know why. Mostly because I didn't want to gain a gold yet. I wanted to thin a little more. Then I could start gaining gold. So it's not often you see governor trashing copper. Maybe that's still wrong from me, but I did it anyway. Smuggle the crown critically, and I buy a crown here. Now, I know they have a smugglers, right? So the card that I don't want them to smuggle, I should get a lot of them on my regular turn. Because on my island folk turn, those cards that I gain would be available for smuggling. So I take 2 crowns here because my plan on this turn, the island folk turn, is to gain a heap of governors. I wanted the crown so I could crown smugglers. That is a very easy way to gain governors in this kingdom bereft of buy. Wisp could be useful considering I have the coppers. I don't think it's that useful. This is not smart what I did here. Crown the underling. At the time, I thought I needed to do that to keep up my 5 favors. That is wrong. I should have crowned the governor. Anyways, we did what we did there. And I do find the crown on the governor. So I take 2 governors. My final underling draws me into 1 governor. I trash and gain a 3rd governor by a 4th governor. That puts my total to 6 governors, I believe. And I leave a governor in the pile here. So they'll smuggle 1, but notice I didn't gain anything else on that turn except for governor, I think. I don't think I gained any gold. So on the subsequent turn, the island folk turn, the smugglers is dead. If I could have taken all the governors there, I would have. Okay, so now let's see what they do. Because now we are in the territory of you take 2 turns, I take 2 turns. Okay, so the last governor goes away of the smugglers, fine. They are left with 4 governors and a crown. Right, 4 governors and a crown. I have 6 governors and 2 crowns, so I have more of the cards that I want, but my deck is not as reliable because I have more coppers than them, and they are flooding my deck with these silvers that I am not keen on having in my deck. Alright, so there are their 4 governors, turns our silver into a crown, and they drew 1 card, and that card they drew was the goat. And the trash here makes me think, well, maybe I can trigger Leprechaun. Maybe, you know? hopefully I can, especially if I gain it, you know. I wrote an article on Leprechaun, so I better be able to know when it's good or when it's not. And they start on the provinces, right? So they start on the provinces, they take their island folk turn now. Okay, so let's see what comes out of the island folk turn. Okay, they probably want at least up to 5 provinces here. I think 4 provinces is too few. They need at least 5 to be competitive, probably just winning if they get to 5 because of the lack of plus buy and gain in general. They get 3 of them, but they don't have money for the 4th. They don't even see all of their governors here. They probably didn't want to draw me cards, but over the course of 2 turns, 5 governors is trivial for my deck. Even if I only had 5 governors, I feel 5 provinces is completely trivial. I just need to get 2 now and 3 on the next turn. And the only thing that will prevent me from doing that is if I draw a handful of treasure, really. So this looks somehow good for me. In the beginning, it did not seem very good to me. I think my opponent was ahead. Well, they were ahead in the trashing especially, but that gain of the crown allowed me to win the governor split, I believe. So here are my underlings. I crown 1 governor for draw, and I'm drawing. I don't care about the draw here because I'm looking to finish the game. Because if I don't finish it on this turn, my opponent definitely will. So we are going for the win over the course of 2 turns here, and I think I could do it. I take back the smuggler's play because I could do something better. I could go look for the leprechaun. 3 and 4 chance. We find it, we play it, we get our wish. That's another way to gain our gold, huh? And from this point on, we get some great pixie boons here. I won't lie. And actually, you see that one with the plus buy? That just made the win easier, I feel. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't have the win before at all, and plus buy made it possible. But it definitely made it easier. Alright, so we trash and gain here. Starting on the provinces. So there's province number 1 out of 5. For me, I can still smuggle out gold. Right? Remember they gain gold on their last turn. I can smuggle a turn. I gain a crown with this wish. Very nice work done by the leprechaun. I was very happy I ended up gaining that leprechaun. Province number 2 for me. And I have a heap of money in my hand. It does get me provinces 3 and 4. And that's great. That's very good news for me because then I only need to buy the last province. And, well, if I stall, I probably stall with a handful of money, right? And with a handful of money, I can buy a province. So I think there are very few hands that lose me the game on this island folk turn. This is not one of them. We just draw until we find enough money and we take game 5. This one was very interesting with the island folk and the double turns on your opponent, for your opponent and yourself. And it was made a little more complicated than usual because of the tremendous power of governor. I also like this game a lot. Credit to allies. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.